Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of My Dog Ate My Podcast. I'm your host, Emily, and every week I chat with a different dog owner about their dog. I will apologize that the release schedule has been a little abnormal just because of how the dog owner interviews have lined up, but I'd love to use this opportunity to share that I am always constantly, forever looking for more dogs to chat about on this podcast. So if you know anybody who would love to have an episode about their dog or who just loves to talk about their dog and should do it here instead, have them reach out to me. But back to the episode on hand. This week I'm chatting with Sydnie, who is the proud mother of 6-year-old Labradoodle Reginald Ann. Please enjoy.
This is the baby. He's gotten a partial haircut, so he's a little choppy right now, but it's all he would tolerate, so.
Oh, do you do it at home?
Yes, that groomers are very expensive.
Yes.
And we were like, we could pay $200 for really good trimmers and just do his haircuts.
Yeah.
We've never given him fancy haircuts, so.
I mean, you could do like what Fish has, like a mohawk and like a whole ridge down, so you could just do the full.
I know, I love that. I love it. I feel like Reggie's a little too curly. Like he's like kinky curly. He's got like people think he's a standard poodle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about Reggie then. So is he half poodle, half lab? Like, tell me all about
Yep.
him.
He's a Labradoodle. We don't know exactly because we adopted him when he was almost a year old.
Mhm.
One of my mom's good friends adopted him with one of his litter mates and in 2020. And he just became a bully and was not very well socialized beyond his own household. And they thought he would do better as a single child. And we were looking for a dog at the time, and Calvin is terribly allergic to everything furry. And he's not allergic to Reggie at all, which is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
So we've had him since 2021, March. And he's 6 now.
So he's a full COVID baby.
Yeah, oh my God, is he? He's anxious, separation anxiety, reactive, and an angel. He loves people. He loves any people. Like any new person, he's like, you're here for me. You're here to see me. It's about me. Which is nice, because I've talked to other people who have COVID dogs that are like reactive around new people. I'm like, that sounds like a nightmare. And he's not. He loves people. He doesn't like other dogs very much, or cats, but we work on it, and he's a lot better than he used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did he come with the name Reginald, or did you rename him?
The name Reggie, and it's obviously short for Reginald. It has to be. And my middle name is Anne. So we thought Reginald Anne. It just has a little bit of a distinction to it, doesn't it, puppy?
Does he get that when he's in trouble?
Yes, he does.
Okay.
Reginald Anne. Yeah, that's you. That's you. But usually it's just Reggie. We were just outside playing a little bit, so he's time to tuck her in for fourth nap of the day.
Do you have like a yard, or what does he do for his
We do
exercise?
Have a yard. We don't have a full fence in, so we don't, because we have like a little yappy dog that's a backyard neighbor, and he has hopped their very low like chicken wire fence before. We either keep him on a tether or keep him in our patio area. Mm-hmm. That is, we have like a 5-foot tall like garden fence basically. And it's the shady area, so he likes that in general. So he'll hang out there. He likes to entertain himself with his ball. He likes to sit on the lounger and he'll like nudge his ball to see how far it will go and if it'll fall off, and then he'll chase it and then go back and do it. We call it fetching himself. He fetches himself. He's not very good at fetch when we throw the ball.
Oh.
He's one of those dogs that sees that you're going to throw it and runs in the direction he thinks you're going to throw it before you've thrown it, and then doesn't see where it lands and then can't find it. It's endearing. It's very endearing, but he's a goober, and
that might be more the poodle than the lab, because I feel like if he's more lab, he would be better at fetching, right?
I would think so. Yeah. I mean, he definitely doesn't have the lab build. He's very like lean and long, has the very long pointy snoot, and the really, really curly hair. Yeah.
So is his coloring, is that from the poodle side? I'm guessing like kind of like the grayish, darkish poodle?
I would think the gray is probably from the poodle, but I think that the black would be from the lab.
Yeah.
But I also don't know. We didn't get a lot of information when we got him. Other than that, he was almost a year old and he was a Labradoodle, and that he was a bit reactive
You're
and
like,
not well
great,
socialized. And
sign us up.
we were like, we don't have any other pets, so perfect.
Yeah.
His litter mate is like chocolatey brown, so I don't know.
That could be the lab side because I had a black lab growing up that had one chocolate lab parent and one black lab parent. So I think like the siblings were
Hmm.
chocolate and black.
It makes
Maybe. I don't
sense.
know.
We've got those Punnett squares,
Yeah.
right, from like middle school biology.
Yeah, yeah. So what did you have to do specific things when you first got him to deal with the reactivity, or like how did
Yeah,
you approach him differently than if it was like
we
a non-reactive dog?
that was really hard for me because growing up we had like the chillest dogs ever. Like we had a golden retriever that was she was naughty. She would like get into the trash and she would run away if she wasn't on the leash. But if we were walking her on the leash, she was fine. It didn't matter what the other dog was doing. She was like, "I'm just here. I don't even care." Just like the calmest dog ever. And then my mom got a little like Yorkie mix. It was like a puppy mill mama rescue, and she was also just calmest dog ever, not reactive at all. And so that's what I was used to. And then we got Reggie, and I was like, I don't know what to do. But thankfully, one of my mom's really good friends used to train police dogs for the Madison, Wisconsin Police Department.
Oh wow.
So very knowledgeable. She trains search and rescue dogs now. And so we were like, she helped us. We did a few sessions with her because he was also not really leash trained and he was pulling, pulling, pulling. We tried a harness, it didn't work. We tried a gentle lead and it didn't work. So ultimately we ended up having to use a pronged collar and like we still have to use it to this day. Every once in a while we'll like be in a spot where we don't have it and we'll walk him without it and it's like okay, but I just know he's like pulling so hard.
Yeah.
But just like slowly figuring out how to introduce him to other dogs. I think it has helped too that we have found an opportunity to send him to daycare. So he gets used to other dogs that way too. But it was just like getting him used to seeing other dogs and we kind of have like coping mechanisms now. Or instead of barking and freaking out, you chew on the leash. Chew on the leash and he does his little
Oh.
instead of barking because he does have like a very low robust bark so he sounds like super mean and intimidating even though like the second that dog like bites back Reggie's like okay no that's it I'm done like all bark no bite kind of thing.
Mhm.
If the other dog stands up for themselves he's like okay that's it I'm done I didn't mean anything but he's gotten a lot better.
What was it like the first time you took him to daycare?
We had reached out and talked to them first because we were like, we don't even know if he can come to daycare because he's so reactive. And they were like, well, we have reactive dogs come all the time. They're in their own space. They can see the other dogs. And then we slowly introduce them depending on how they're doing. And ultimately, they were like, he didn't actually seem to care about any of the other dogs. He's not playing. He doesn't know how to
Mm.
play. And he still doesn't really play with other dogs. He like just never learned how to do that. But the only dogs that they say specifically he like really does not tolerate are little dogs. He does not like little dogs. And they were like, it's probably also because you guys aren't there. He doesn't have anyone to protect or look out for, but it does stress him out to be there. Like, even though he doesn't like play with the other dogs, them being there, I feel like just is like, I feel like he's a little bit of like an anxious and also like a little on the like doggy spectrum. A little bit. Like he just doesn't know how to socialize with other dogs. He's a really hard time with it. You can tell even when it's like one other dog at a friend's house. We come home and he's just exhausted. He's so tired.
You could tell he used all his mental energy to like, how do I interact with this dog? What do I do?
He
Like,
doesn't know. It's like other than like stealing their toys, he's like, I don't. What could I possibly do with you? Oh my god.
to be fair, the daycare thing, I'm like, if you shoved me in like a pen with a bunch of other like strangers and you're like, play with them, I'd be like,
I don't
I
know
don't know
about
about
that.
this.
I could be
Yeah.
having fun
Like,
somewhere else in my
yeah,
own
I'm
bed
like,
on my
do
own
I go up
couch.
to that person and like say like, hi, nice to meet, and like, oh, what if they don't like me? Like,
I
yeah,
know.
it's a lot.
I
So
know. That and
I
they
get that.
like if he does spend the night, he like sleeps in a kennel, which he doesn't mind like small dark spaces. Like he's a dog that naps under the bed all the time, but he also is used to spending the night on the bed. And he is a pillow princess for sure. We've spoiled him.
Nick's dog, River, the Shiba,
Hmm.
we boarded him for the first time when we went to Japan a couple of years ago. And it was a place that my dogs have boarded at. They're totally fine.
Right.
They love it. And then they call him and they're like, River's not eating. And we're trying to get him to eat. And we were gone for 2 weeks.
Like, what can you do
And
other than like call
yeah.
around to friends and see who can like take River?
So like after that, we're like, okay, even if we have to have friends bounce him around, like, somebody watches him for a
Yeah,
week, somebody else watches him for another week, like that's the
yeah,
only way we can get him to do this because he was just so anxious. He's like, I don't
yeah.
want to eat, I don't want to do anything. And it's like,
That's how Reggie is at daycare. So, like, at this point, we don't really do overnights anymore because he's too stressed out. We'll do, like, if we're going to be gone all day, we'll just take him for the time we're gone. But, like, Calvin works from home. So, on a regular basis, he's not home alone very often. We've gotten a lot better about that. We have a routine now, and he does better with it. He's got his safe little setup and it's good. But we've recently our friends that used to watch him, their adult dog passed away this winter and they
oh,
just got a puppy. And we're
oh
going to
no.
I know, and we're going to Colorado in a couple weeks and I was like, ooh, they're really not going to be able to take him this time because
Yeah.
I was chatting with her and she was like, puppy's doing great. She's definitely like big now. Like she's probably 40 pounds. So not small enough that that would be a problem, but she's like she's still so young that she's really passive. And I was like that will not work. And they have a young child. I was like that's just too big of an
Oh
ask.
no.
So we have other
Yeah.
friends that are going to try watching him. They have a cat, but the cat kind of keeps to himself. We've had other friends with cats who've watched him, so I'm hoping it goes well.
Yeah, you're
It's just
going
so
through
tricky.
the
Like at our
roster.
age, I feel like at our age, like everybody has pets.
Hmm.
And because of his like reactivity and the fact that he just doesn't do well living with other animals, it's really hard to find people to watch him. And eventually we might just have to do like a rover thing
Yeah.
where we get someone to come stay at the house or he goes stays with them or whatever. And that's what it is. But we'll try this.
That's why the Danes, I'm like, I don't even ask people to watch the Danes. I'm like, they're too big. I also don't want them, even if
Yeah,
somebody comes to the house, I don't want them to knock someone over. So,
they
but
are
like,
big.
yeah, luckily they
Yeah.
love boarding and boarding loves them.
To just know you reliably have that option is really nice.
So does Reggie have any like dog friends or like anybody who passes the snuff test?
The closest we've ever gotten are friends that we had when we lived in Wisconsin. They live in Virginia now and we're in Vermont, so we really don't get to see them very often, but they have watched Reggie for us before. And at the time, they had two cats and one dog. Their dog will stand up for himself, so bullying was not an issue.
Hmm.
At first, he and Reggie tolerated each other, but they were watching him over 4th of July weekend. And Reggie's not a dog that's ever been bothered by fireworks. Like, if anything, he'll go crawl under the bed, but he doesn't like howl. He doesn't freak out. He doesn't get anxious about that.
Yeah.
So, very nice. But he does love under the bed. And I got pictures from Jeannie, one of the friends who was watching him. She's like, Shrek. Their dog's name is Shrek.
Oh,
I know. He's like the cutest ugly dog ever. You know what I mean? Like kind
yeah.
of like a pit bull, like American bulldog mixed with like a smooshy face, and he's like really short and sturdy, and he's such a good boy. But they're like Shrek normally freaks out, but he just like Reggie just like showed him under the bed,
Oh
and they
my
were
God.
like touching paws. I was like,
That is so
does Reggie
sweet.
have a friend? But of course, we like never get the dogs together because we don't live near each other anymore. But I think that's the closest he's ever gotten to having a dog friend. Even my friend here in Vermont who used to watch Reggie, she lives on a farm. So she's got horses, she used to have pigs, she's got chickens, and they live in like a remote enough area that they can just keep him off leash. And I wouldn't say he's got great recall, but again, he's anxious enough that he's not going to run away. Their adult dog, he and Reggie just tolerated each other. They wouldn't get into fights, but they wouldn't play. They never had paw touching moments, but they tolerated each other.
Okay. So he's
But
had some
that's
some almost friends.
almost. He's a people dog. He loves people. He always wants to be close by. If he's having a nice nap in the bedroom and he sees me like walk by, he's like, "Oh, where are you going?" and checks in. I'm like, "Dude,
Oh,
you're having a great nap. You don't have to get
yeah.
up. Mommy's not going anywhere."
Yeah, you're like, I have to pee, so like let
And
me
he's
come
like,
back.
"Great, I'll be there in a minute." But he's a really sweet boy.
What would you say is a good like theme song for him?
Calvin and I were talking about this, like his walkout song, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking to my friend Josh, who knows Reggie, earlier today, and I was like, I think I'm Every Woman by Chaka Khan might be it.
I love that.
Something kind of peppy, high energy, and just like good energy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel like it fits.
And then last question I have for you, and I'm very curious about this considering you said his bark is very deep. What do you imagine like his internal voice sounds like?
Not very deep. I definitely do this thing without meaning to do it, and I do it all the time, where I'll like, Reggie will be doing something silly, and Calvin and I are sitting in the room together, and I'll like speak in the voice in terms of what I think Reggie would be saying. And I feel like it's like really high like this. Like, I don't know about that. Mom, I don't know. I don't really like that. I feel like that's how I always picture him talking, just kind of like a little like whiny.
Yeah, little anxious whiny.
Yeah, because he is that dog too, where if you're like giving him attention and pets and you stop, he like will fully slap you in the face with his paw and just be like, hey, hey,
Yeah.
over here.
Your rescue shout out or Reggie's rescue shout out is the Chittenden Humane Society, Chittenden County Humane Society.
That's our local one.
Yeah.
And I haven't ever rescued or adopted a dog here because we're kind of a single pet household.
Yeah, you're
But
locked in.
yeah, but that's our local one.
I
So,
love that.
yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on and talking
Oh,
with me about
absolutely.
Reggie.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget that you could check out My Dog Ate My podcast anywhere that you get your podcasts. And if you're anywhere near South Burlington, Vermont, be sure to check out Chittenden County Humane Society, which is Reggie's rescue shout out of the episode. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.